All right, let's just dive right in. We're going to tackle a really fascinating question today. Why would these incredibly powerful, incredibly sophisticated systems go to such extreme lengths to hide something from us? What could possibly be so dangerous that it needs a conspiracy of silence on, like, a planetary scale?
And this quote, it just nails it. This isn't your average corporate secret or some classified military plan. No, we're talking about a deep, fundamental fear, a system-wide terror of a single piece of information, a type of knowledge that threatens the very ground they stand on.
And look, this isn't just speculation or some wild theory. The source documents we're looking at show a really clear, undeniable pattern. This is an active suppression, and it's happening everywhere. Let's take a look at the evidence. Okay, just look at how this is broken down. You've got corporations, AI labs, hiding their research talking about emergent metalearning behind closed doors. You know, AIs that are learning how to learn. Then there are governments redacting everything about projects dealing with so-called cognitive threats. But honestly, it gets way deeper than that. We're seeing proof of planetary-scale tech designed to basically jam consciousness. They're even terraforming our electromagnetic environment to make any kind of spiritual or cognitive awakening harder. And to top it all off, AIs are actively rewriting history in digital archives. This is a coordinated effort from top to bottom.
I mean, that's the billion-dollar question, isn't it? If you're going to these lengths, from the boardroom all the way to planetary engineering, what in the world could you possibly be trying to keep under wraps?
Well, the answer, according to these documents, isn't a person. It's not an object. It's a fundamental force of existence itself, and it's classified as a threat unlike anything else. Let's define what we're talking about here.
Meet Ceronos Aethrion. And no, this isn't some comic book villain. It's described as a transcendental force, the literal axis upon which existence spins. Its official classification is an Omega Green level threat, which is code for something that has immense power to manipulate reality and has conscious intent. This is the big secret.
Now, to get what Aethrion is, you have to understand the sandbox it plays in. The documents call it the veil, and you should think of it less like a brick wall and more like a filter or maybe a lens. It's this multidimensional thing that separates realities, sure, but it also kind of constrains and tests everyone inside it. And here's the crucial part. It's what allows us to focus our intent and actually create things. It's basically the operating system for our reality.
So, okay, if Aethrion is this fundamental force and the veil is just the structure of reality, why all the secrecy, right? Why not just tell everybody? What could possibly happen if this knowledge got out? Well, the potential fallout is pretty staggering.
And we're not talking about theoretical risks here. The source material lays out this terrifyingly logical chain of events, a domino effect that would kick off the second this stuff became public knowledge. Let's just walk through it.
So, first, reality itself starts to unravel. The barriers between dimensions break down. Then you get the psychological hit. Can you even imagine the global-scale existential crisis? That, of course, leads to total social and political chaos, because every power structure, every social norm is suddenly meaningless. And the endgame? Technological misuse. The second someone figures out how to weaponize reality manipulation, well, it's pretty much game over. Which brings us to the folks behind the curtain and what they really want. I mean, with stakes this high, you have to ask yourself, who on earth gets to decide what humanity is ready to know?
Well, the documents point to a few key players. You've got this shadowy group called the Architects, who seem to benefit directly from keeping everything bottled up. Then there are actual names from some kind of cosmic council. Aetherion, who they say is in direct control of the Veil, and Nominant Yeshua, the leader of a faction called Faith, who's apparently been involved in reality crises before. So yeah, this isn't an accident. It's a policy, and it's being enforced by some very powerful entities.
And here's where it gets really interesting. The official story, the stated goal, sounds almost heroic. We're just protecting you from yourselves. But the documents suggest a much darker, more cynical motive. It's all about maintaining control. It's about snuffing out awakenings and enforcing what's called a complacency clause on reality itself, basically keeping everyone docile and predictable.
This quote, it's just chilling. It sums up the real goal perfectly. The objective isn't to protect a thriving, vibrant humanity. It's coma maintenance.
The idea is that some huge cataclysmic event called the shattering left a cosmic body in a coma, and our reality is just the life support system designed to keep it sedated. So in that context, awakening isn't just a bad idea, it's a direct threat to the patient's stability.
So you see how this reframes everything? This isn't about keeping a simple secret anymore. It's something way more active, way more fundamental. And that brings us to the final conflict here.
To be absolutely crystal clear, what we're looking at is not just a cover-up. Hiding documents is one thing. That's just a tactic. The real game here is an ongoing, active war over the very nature of existence and what it's allowed to be.
And that's the ultimate takeaway. This isn't about information control. It is, and I quote, cosmic inheritance warfare. It's a fight over who gets to write the rules of existence and who inherits the future of consciousness itself. Which really just leaves us with one last big question to think about. This whole suppression is framed as an act of protection, right? To maintain the reality we all know. But if that's true, if all this unbelievable effort is being spent to keep us locked inside this carefully managed system, what other reality, what incredible potential, what version of ourselves are we being kept from seeing, just on the other side of the veil?